Hello, welcome everybody. So excited to see you all here. Amazing, amazing. Um, so good. Nice to see you, Maria, Tom from San Rafael, Becky from Canada, Hydran from Germany, Christine from Southern California, Tessa from the United Kingdom, Iowa, Britain, Kauai, London. We're just all over the world, and it's just wonderful just to take a little time with you guys to help this really great project of getting direction. Anyway, amazing. Cynthia's here from South Carolina, Celeste, Lorraine from Quebec. Hi, you guys. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Nan from South Africa. Amazing. And we have folks from France here, Ontario, New Mexico, Taos. God, it's crazy. London. Feels like there's more folks in from Europe right now. It's just, I love it. I love it. All right. So I know well, for some of you folks, we might not have worked together before. So I just want to introduce myself. I'm Nicholas Wilton. I'm part of the big creative team. I'm the founder of Art to Life, but really just part of this amazing group of people. We've grown into this incredible creative team, and our mission in the world is to help people become more themselves through art. And the idea here is when you feel amazing, when you feel the best version of yourself, you feel the most free, you feel the most happy. And this is the best way of being to do art, to understand and step into it, right? Like it makes sense. We're feeling really amazing. That's how we get the frequency going for ourselves, and it translates into our art. So this whole art making thing is kind of an inside job, and we have tremendous results through approaching art this way. So today I'll be giving you some really, really helpful information as simply as I can in order for you to actually get more excited about what you're doing, but to get some clarity about where you're going. And so that's what we're doing today on the call. I'll be sharing with you about Spark, our program that's starting, that's all about this. But really, it's about getting you in the right frequency and the energy for doing art. Okay. So, I have a couple of the folks from the creative team with me today. You'll be meeting them shortly. But before we dive in, just to like catch me up where everyone is, because there's people who have worked with Art to Life before. We've got people who have been in our world for years who are here, and I recognize them. And then there's a lot of new people. So what I'd love to do is let me know in the chat. When it comes to figuring out your direction for your art, what gets in your way? What's hard about understanding where you're going? Let me know in the chat. Just a word or two so I can kind of really understand, so I can serve this up better for you. And if there's some things that I'm really seeing here, then I can kind of speak to it, right? Procrastination is a giant one, right? Feeling like a fraud, imposter syndrome. Yes, yes. Fear of the white page. Okay, well, we're going to work on that today. Hard to trust myself, nervous, staying motivated, lack of confidence, being pulled in so many different directions. Oh my God. I'm the same way. I'm a number 7 on the Enneagram, and a number 7 means that you just love everything and you chase all the shiny things. That's a challenge for me. Um, Finding sales challenges, self-criticism. Okay. Okay. It's interesting. I hope you guys like there's some themes here. Do you see this? And do you also see, and I hope that you kind of realize that everyone struggles with these things. Look at this. We all have these being pulled in many directions. I've seen about 10 people say that. um, Beautiful. Feeling doubtful or not good enough, right? Frustrations with not matching my vision, right? That's a gap between what we want and what we can picture and what we are, where we're at. So we'll be talking about that today. Okay. Okay, good, 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 good. This is, you're going to love this then. Perfect. Okay. Um, all right. So that's the problem, right? The problem is we get derailed in our art, right? And we want to move forward and we want to have clarity about where we're going. It's so absolutely helpful, right? That having some direction, having some excitement about where you're going really creates momentum for yourself. It really pulls you forward and gets you through those patches that, whatever your life's hard or things happen and you're not making art, but then you can kind of remember and stay excited by getting some direction. So that's why having a little bit of a vision is so, so powerful. And it's one of the primary things we teach at Art to Life is holding this, grabbing hold of this. But the challenge is we get derailed by circumstances, right? We beat ourselves up for like, oh, I haven't done any art, and now it's been 3 weeks, now it's been 4 weeks, and procrastination, right? And I'm not confident, so I'm not going to do art because I don't feel confident, and then it's just this kind of this cycle, and understanding what vision does for us. And one way I can describe this. So I years ago, many years ago, I do a lot of running, and I was really into these long distance runs, ultra runs. And there's a race in the United States called the Western States, and it's 100-mile race, and you have to run all day and all night. And I did this thing, and I trained for it for a whole year, and I was so terrified, but one of the things is, it gets really hard. Obviously, you're running all night. You're trying to do this thing, and you have your lights on, and they hang these little glue to mark the trails. They're glow sticks, like so. Because you come to these intersections, and what would happen is you're so tired and you don't have a lot of confidence. You're exhausted. You don't want to get lost. It's scary out there. It's dark. You're running by yourself. The race is completely separated, so you're just kind of out there, and you don't know where you are. But all you follow are these glue sticks, these little glow sticks. They're these little things hanging on bushes, and for a while when you run, you're running along these trails and you don't see them, and it just derails you. You start feeling like, I want to give up. No one's out here. Just feel so alone. But when you come to intersections, when a race is marked really beautifully and it's very professionally done, when you come to an intersection, you have to make a decision about, do you go left, do you go right, do you take the middle path, which way? And when you're tired and it's dark and you're hungry and you're cold and you've run 80 miles already, you're just trying to finish this damn thing. You're not good at making decisions. And so what they do is they hang these glow sticks, but they do like 5 of them in the direction you're supposed to go. And so you look down a trail to see if that's the one for me, and you see not just one, but like 6 more really far away, and then far along there's another one just way in the distance, and suddenly you're like, oh my God, that's where I'm going. I can see into the vision of the future where I'm needing to head. And you just turn and you just like, great, I can do this. Okay, at least I'm not by myself, I'm on the path. And this provides so much certainty when you're doing your art, right? It's the same thing, having a vision of where you're going. You need to have that a little bit because you're lost. You're by yourself a lot. You're making art in the middle of your studio, and so this is why vision's so powerful. And we've experienced this in life as well, right? We need to feel there's so much uncertainty in our lives, but in our art making, we need to have some certainty. So, that gives you more confidence. It also allows you to be more free, right? You feel just better. You feel more confident. You feel more free. And this little idea, I just want to drop it here for you guys, is when you feel more free, you feel like you can make better work, you can make better art, the unedited version of you. Okay. So that's really important to kind of remember that. So our goals to today together is I want to, give you a little bit more confidence. I want to give you a sense of where you're going, how to sleuth that, which is going to give you more confidence and give you more kind of freedom and more possibility to be yourself. Because when you're that, that's how we coach out the really good work. Okay, it's more authentic. So today, what I've done is, this is a kind of synopsis of the cliff notes, the essential things that we covered last week in this Art Spark. We spent all week doing it, but this is a powerful teaching here. And I know many of you couldn't come. And so that's why I'm doing this, just like, and I'm going to be giving you, we have a bunch of directions. We have this creative compass we'll be using. And with each of these directions, there are questions. But today we're going to go over three of the most essential directions and that come along with those questions. And we'll be diving into those that will give you the some clarity about this of where you're heading. But first, before we do this, I want to let me just see. I'm just wondering. Okay, I'm going to just keep going here. All right. The I need to go over three things for you to kind of frame this up. So, because this is, and I want you, if you have a journal, you're going to need some paper for today, some art materials, right? We're going to be doing three kind of art experiment play things. So get those ready. But I want you to take notes today. I want some of the things that these next three things I'm going to share with you. If you haven't heard of it, I mean, this is sort of a essential things that we teach, how we teach this. I want you to jot it down in some notes because there are things you're going to hear today that are going to be really helpful for you. And not everything, obviously, but if something resonates for you, I want you to like jot it down. Okay. So, um, so there's three pillars of progress in this art and life thing. And let me just go over here. Let me just move this here. Okay. There's three things. The first one is differences. Okay. And here's how we speak of this. So jot this down. This is really essential. Differences are when we experience something in our life that makes us feel amazing, it has to do with the fact that it's something new and fresh for us. If we are like this call today, having you all here, hopefully this is really different than what you normally do. It raises your energy. It makes you feel more excited going to the yoga class once a week or going for a walk when you've been sitting at your table all day or your birthday, right? These things doing all the things you love. If you think about it, it's these things that you do that it breaks up your day. It's anything. It's like a palate cleanser, literally a palate cleanser, that amazing glass of wine at the perfect times of the meal. It's putting differences together, beautiful, soft music, when you're meditative and then you want to go for a run and then you can listen to amazing music on your headphones. We thrive on differences. Your soul loves you to experience new and different things. Okay. It's like, that's why we're here, just to experience all the flavors, right? And so understanding that this is what brings us alive, the feelings, all the things. This also relates to what we do in our art. We teach art through the lens of differences. When you put two things together, a dark color and a light color, that creates contrast. And that's exciting to look at because it's so dark next to something so light. My art is so out of control. And if you want to make that painting look even more amazing, bring in some control to it. If you want to make your color look really rich and saturated, have colors in there that are not, right? Putting differences together in your art, in your life, optimizes everything. It raises the frequency, it raises the energy. I can talk softly and I can talk loud, and you guys can experience. It's like, whoa, like it wakes us up, it brings us alive. Okay. This is such a powerful thing to remember because we're talking about optimizing you here. Okay, the second thing I want to just hit right now is curation. Okay, so curation is you choosing what it is you want, how you want to feel, choosing the things, arranging the things, choosing the colors you want, choosing what you do. If you're working all day and you're sitting at a table, you choosing 20 minutes to go outside for a walk, right? You choosing things is powerful, right? How and it makes you feel either more alive or kind of more asleep at the wheel. And because we're artists, our art has to be awake and lively and juiced and energetic, but we have to be that in order to do that. So, how we feel is based on what we choose, and how we feel generates a certain kind of art. So, I hope you're getting this powerful, powerful point here is that you can control what you think about. We all can. I can think about, I can be in Greece right now swimming in the Mediterranean, or I can be thinking about something that's much more challenging and difficult that I don't want to think about or that makes me feel bad. You get to choose what you want to think about. And if you start focusing more on the things that bring you alive, that changes the way you feel. You feel more energized, right? What you focus on grows. Okay, so that is powerful. So the third piece of this, and this will all make a sense in a minute, is heart. It is basically how you feel down here, how you feel when you're making your art creates a certain kind of art. If your art is based on how you feel and it feels like that and it's connected to that, your art becomes more like you. And when you're, because you're unique in the world, you're one of a bazillion people. And if your art feels like you, it becomes different. And again, your art is an object in the world. It's of differences. People who buy art walk around and they choosing things to bring into their life that's not like them that you can make. And that's why people love art. But you have to love it too, right? This is how we make the most amazing art. We connect it to how we're feeling. And that makes authentic art. And it allows you to get a sense of where your art's going. So let me know in the chat if that is making sense a little bit. So differences, let me recap. This is important. I'm giving this to you all kind of together. There's three things here. Number one, differences, they make us feel alive. Pretty simple idea. We all kind of know this. You guys go to your yoga classes, you do your things, you come on this call, you get that, right? Super, that's just like how human beings operate. If you want to feel freaking amazing, you involve yourself in things that bring you alive, that light you up, right? And they light you up because it's what your soul craves. We just have to start tracking that more. Okay. Well, I'll show you, Evelyn, how you do this with your art in a minute. Differences. And so once you understand that, now you've got to curate your life a little bit. You have to start choosing what it is that's going to raise your frequency. Compose the day, compose the art. What can you put together so the things that are together are real juicy and amazing? Okay. This is how we feel good. This is how we bloom. This is how we become the best version of ourselves. We need to create the energy, the frequency for ourselves. It's all like think of the last time you felt amazing, you know, how you felt, how good you felt. That's the version of you we need to bring online so you can feel more confident, so you can take bigger risks, so you can go out and do your art and you have extra energy. Well, that comes from orchestrating, curating your life, not just sitting on the sidelines hoping that something good will happen to you. You have to kind of choose it. So curation, I love that word, right? It's discernment, it's choosing. So differences bring you alive, then you choose the things that bring you alive, just participate in them a bit more, more consciously, bring awareness to it, and the heart and how these things make you feel, right? How you feel. We want to invite those feelings and feel that, and we're going to be making art from that place, not the place of, I hope I'm going to be good enough. It doesn't look like this person's work. How do I feel? How do I want my art to feel? What is the feeling? Okay. All right. So this little thing that I explained to you, you guys, is where you need to start, right? This becomes the journey. Just this little setup here becomes the whole journey for you for figuring this all out. And your art is the artifact of you becoming you. Okay. Um, all right. Beautiful. Jan says, to me, it feels like change, choices, and caring. Great. I love that. I think that's better than what I wrote. Change, choices, and caring. Fantastic. Yes. So, okay, great. Still looking for glow sticks here. That's okay. And I get it. And now you're going to get some clarity on how to do this today. All right. All right. So before we dive in, I want to invite you to meet. I'm going to show their work. We have two Art to Life creative team members, coaches here, and I'm going to hit my slides because I want to show you their work just so you have context. All right. All right. All right. Okay. So we have Kate here and Stephanie, but we'll start with Kate. There's Kate's Instagram. And Kate, thanks for being here.
It's great to be here. It's wonderful to be here.
Yeah,
And
and you're tell everyone where you're from.
well, I'm in the UK. I'm sort of near Cambridge, and it's just so fantastic seeing all these comments in the chat. You know, there's no place I haven't been where you've been stuck. I've been stuck too. We've all got so much similar
Yes.
wherever we're from.
Yeah. And so here's some of Kate's work. Just a beautiful blend of realism and abstraction and so good, so beautiful. Um, okay. And share with everyone, is this acrylic or oil?
These are acrylic.
Okay.
These are acrylic. Some of my paintings are oil, but these I've been using acrylic more and more really since
Yeah.
particularly since signaling the art to life. It's just worked so practically, and I'm enjoying trying to get some of the textures and subtleties of color that I thought I could only get with oil. I realized acrylic is so versatile. So they're there. So you
Yeah.
can see I'm all about color and mark making and
Yeah, and what we're doing today is we are in a sense curating what it is we want, and you were just saying you're saying, you've done a lot of this work, but what would you say, in your work is the thing that you're kind of chasing right now that brings you alive,
well, it's so it's like you're saying, this curating the differences. So I've got all these sort of things I want, and it's just trying to make things work together. So yeah, between this balance between realism and abstract, and I've always been madly keen on sort of and inspired by my surroundings and light and space, but also wanting textures and patterns and following some of my traveling expeditions. Those have inspired me. So just lots. There's a bit of a melting pot, and just trying to
Yeah.
curate my way through it,
Ah,
keeping it playful and just feeling alive and loose and free and um, but grounded as well.
yes, yes, yeah. No,
It's a
love it.
melting pot of emotions
And
and
it's a
techniques and
progression, you guys. It's like just, just in, he's just watching your work. It's just, you're just progressing. You're just moving towards, there's no finish line, but you're
My
just
North Star. I'm moving
process.
towards
Yeah.
my North Star. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing.
Okay.
Well, thanks for being here today. And she's going to be doing the prompts with us. So awesome. And we have Stephanie Brockway with us as well. There's her on Instagram. How you doing, Steph?
I'm great. Thank you. So happy to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Tell everyone where you're from and what is this acrylic or yeah.
Yeah, so I am from Watertown, New York. It's northern New York, way up in the boonies. We get lots and lots of snow up here, but it's very beautiful.
Uh-huh.
And these pieces, my work is all acrylic, and I use collage too, and I've been using a lot of pastels this year. Like you can see
Mhm.
that in the drawings. Like there's something I love so much about the hand, just the hand drawing and that physical act of,
Yeah.
actually drawing that just feels so good for me.
So great.
So yeah, that's been something new that's been coming out this past year. So
Awesome. Okay. Well, fantastic. Now, what I want to do, you guys, is we kind of got into this. Here's how, let me just stop sharing for a second. And you're going to need to maybe have that question in the chat. The question for doing. Okay. So what we're going to do, here's what we're going to start. We don't have to think about anything. I mean, we're just going to be, let me just lead you through this. Okay. So we have these directions on this compass. So there's one direction, it's called northeast here. And if you have it, if you have this compass, great. If you don't, just write northeast and you can copy the question from the chat. We'll put it in. But here's the question that I want you to think about for a minute. Okay. I just want you to drop in to this question. What is the one word that best describes how I want my art to feel in the future? If I could, if I could wave a magic wand, and when I saw my work, in the future, how would it make you feel? What would it feel like? What is that? Just close your eyes and feel into that. And if you get a couple words, that's, fine, but just what is it? And let us know in the chat, okay? Some great stuff here, inspiring, joyful, odd and curious, evocative, dynamic, cozy, gentle, excited, heartbursting. Okay, beautiful. Notice as these words go screaming by how utterly different everybody is. And it's like there's only so many words here, but like they're all different. This is you under getting a sense of how it wants to be. This word's important. Okay, so what I want us to do now is take that word, and if you see a word in here you kind of love, if you like serene and that's a better word than just beautiful, like you can take it. I want you to glom onto a couple of these words, okay? And you can actually write them right here on the northeast direction. Just jot those down. Now, what we're going to do now is get those down there. Now, I want you we're going to put on some music in a second, but I want you to take a new page, a new piece of paper, and have a blank sketchbook or whatever in front of you. And I want you to first and foremost feel that word. Okay, so if my word is serene, to just really feel this. And by the way, this is the first part of the Art to Life Bloom practice. This is a whole approach. We'll be moving through it a little bit, but the first step here is I just want you to feel that word, what that feels like to you, that serene. Just feel that. Now I want you to open to that feeling even more. If it's a doorway, and notice it's the feeling is low. It's not in your head. You don't have to use your brain anymore. Just it's low down. And it's like there's a doorway of that word serene. There's a place in you where serene is. And I want you to just, take a breath and open that door and go even more into it. I want you to open yourself to serene. or whatever the word is. Just really feel it. It's actually a little vulnerable to do it. It's like really feel it. It can bring tears to your eyes. It's like it's powerful. And now I want you to kind of open your eyes and I want you to look at these materials, holding that feeling and choose whatever colors, whatever marks, and do anything that feels similar. It doesn't have to look like anything. You're just expressing that feeling. If it feels like pink to you, use pink. If it feels like black, you use some black or a pencil or a crayon. So we're just going to start and go for a couple minutes and then we'll come back. So let's just put on some music and we'll just do this and I will do this as well. Okay, let's go. Beautiful, you guys. And now when you get to, you do something, you can now look at this and then choose something else to add. But we're always coming back to the feeling. If it feels a little too wild, if my word is calm or whatever, you can do something, you can change it so it feels more like it or add something more. Just keep adding to this, holding the feeling of the word, right? Just feel it, and you don't have to figure out your art. All you got to do is respond to this feeling, and you'll see as you're witnessing what happens to your art. It's just like it comes out fast and furious, and it tends to be different than what you normally do. Okay. Great. Let me know how this is landing for you. Kate, what are you working on here? What's your word?
Well, I'm afraid I've kind of automatically wanted to have two words, sort of thing, but it's sort of
That's
this
fine.
feeling of this feeling of adventure, So it's sort of uplifting, surprise, but it's got that element of surprise, and something sort of slightly, well, adventure, something like wonder, or just something that sort of makes you feel slightly on the edge, slightly uncertain but excited. You know, that makes your heart race a bit. What's around the corner? So yeah, honestly, I'm just doing different mark making, and so the idea of something moving across the page in a
Yeah.
direction. I don't know which direction.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was funny. Your face really was like, yeah, I get it. And just looking at you, it's that, so good. That's so
It's
good.
well, it's all about feelings, and I'm quite slow sometimes to articulate them into clear words. But the word is definitely, it's adventure, it's uplifting, it's connected, but it's going to be full of surprises, and you know, it's going to be a
Yes,
beautiful day.
yes, yeah, yeah. What's your word, Steph?
My word is effervescent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like that. I just when I what I want my paintings to feel like is when you look at them, you feel this deep kind of bubbling energy down from below, like just, starting out as calm, but then kind of bubbling up in this excitement. So that's what I'm trying to do.
That's great. That's great. And now see what happens, you guys, is if you stay in this place, right? Like, what I'm doing here is like wild but restrained wildness, right? If I stay thinking in this, what happens is I become very present to what I'm doing. I'm no longer wondering if I'm confident. I'm no longer wondering if someone else's art is better than mine. All I have to do is stay on this feeling and I'm freed up. And this is why this is so powerful. And we're just playing, we're just kind of messing around here, just doing stuff on the piece of paper. And when we play like this, when we're just trying things, we tend to be more free because we don't have any plan. There's no plan here. We're just responding to feeling. And that's why this is really fun, by the way, and why I can read the chat, why you can talk to your friends when you're doing this. It's very social actually because it's not a heavy lift. You're not trying to prove anything. You're just going off. You have a North Star here. You're just going off of this feeling. Um, Okay, symmetry versus disorder. I love that. Um, Mary saying, wow, that was unreal. I've gone to a place that I didn't expect. This is sometimes feels foreign if you haven't been here for a while, but this is you, and this is the you becoming you. This is where it happens. It's lower down. It's in the soul area. It's using intuition is what we're using now, and that's the voice of the soul. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no intellectual way to say if something's a yes or a no here. It's the feeling. Does this feel like restrained wild? Not really to me. So maybe I gotta like get this more wild. Like this feels better to me. And so this is how I'm staying in this. And that is what's making this. And this is very different for me. And this is going to create something that is surprising and clarifying for me. And it is starting to show me things about myself and differences. And I now am like working with this feeling of wild restraint. Like I'm in it. And this is how you solidify it. This is how you stay in it. Yeah, so much fun to play. Exactly, Karen. Um, right. And Ellen, she teaches to teach art in elementary school, and it's the way kids paint. They're always talking while working. So my word, Maureen, is quiet restraint or wild restraint. So it's like a wildness, but there's a restraint. I've kind of gone. My last show was just a really like let her rip, and now I'm kind of like pulling back a little on it. She's sort of restrain, but still have the wildness. But another word that I came up with last week is seasoned. this is the direction of my work. This is what all my work, where it's all going. Okay. Um, all right. So amazing, right? So you've got a word now, right? And you can look at things. You can look at your colors and your choices. You can look at, what part of this feels wild, and what's more like the word, the feeling of the word on your work. And when you can see that's a yes to you, and it's totally you. It's just your intuition saying, yeah, that's the part that does that. You can do more of that, right? Okay, Carolyn saying, I've never painted with such freeing choices. I know. When you're free, you guys, this is how you make the most amazing art. The highest level coaching that I do with artists who are incredibly successful is this. You have to become more and more free, more and more open to show all aspects of yourself. This is what makes the amazing art. Okay. And so you're getting a sense of this right now. Beautiful. Okay, great, great. All right. So you got that, right? Jot some of these things down in this direction, in this northeast, put those words down. Okay, so now I want to share with you southeast direction. This is the next direction. If you've got even a sense of a word, congratulations, you just write that down. This will continue to develop. While I'm talking, you can keep going in your art, just be taking notes, keep in motion, right? The way this drops in is by doing art. This is how it soaks in. This is how you learn you through art, right? We help you become you through art. This is what we're doing right here, right now. Okay, next direction, really powerful. Okay, here's the question. I want you to think about and write down what are the times, places, or things in my life, in my past, that have made me feel the most alive. What are those things? Just go into that, right? It's kind of connected to your word, but we're really like thinking, my daughter just got married and I had this big toast to give. I had to do this big dance with her, the daddy daughter dance, and we practiced, and it was like, I don't know, it's kind of a thing. But we did it, and it was so great, and I practiced this thing and I taught her, and we pulled this thing off. It's only like 90 seconds, but at the time, I mean, it was a big deal. It's Lila, and I did this dance, and then the band, it was just like, now everyone comes onto the dance floor, all our friends, all her friends, and everyone's just dancing. And I remember I was feeling so much love, and I had just done this very expressive thing. Like, I'm not a dancer, and it was a little hard kind of, but I did it, and it was so cool. And I just felt incredibly free and incredibly alive. And that was the last time, like, that was amazing. And we just danced, and it was so much fun, right? So dancing for me, like, dancing is an amazing one for me. Music does this. That's why you hear us today, we put music to everything. Letting me know in the chat, what are the things that bring you alive, right? For me, it's swimming and dancing, hiking in nature. And notice also, like Sam saying hiking, Edith saying traveling, so many. We're all human beings, and a lot of these things, we love the same things, right? Afternoon music, ocean. Oh my God, ocean for me. Sunrise, skiing, swimming in the ocean, scuba diving, golfing, dancing, running, walking, the wind. Yeah, right? The wind that just like shakes you, wild swimming. Do you feel the energy that just thinking about these things? So put them on your list. I've got some here. Hot springs, I wrote in. I friggin' love like cold rivers and going in hot springs, water, sunrises, nature, trails. I just love trails, pathways, color. Oh my God, what colors make you feel amazing? Your partner, your friends, your family, your wife, your husband, right? Your kids, fall colors. Do you feel the energy just thinking about these things? I want you to just feel the accumulation of this energy from thinking about feeling alive. Just think about those things that bring you alive. And that energy that I feel, I know you feel it right now because you're in it. Now, what I want you to do, we're just going to, you can do shapes, colors, anything that feels like that aliveness, right? You can draw a trail, you can do a sunrise, you can just do blue for water. What are the symbols? What are the lines? What are the colors? Put it all in. Let's just go and stay in this, feel into these things, and give us some examples. So when you hold it up, we can see some of the things that bring you alive. It doesn't have to be super realistic. It can be abstracted. It just has to mean something for you. Okay. So we're going to start now. Let's go for some music. Awesome. Awesome. Amazing. Just keep it going. Just hold that. Keep going. Just add. If you're not sure, just go on your intuition. Just add something that feels, that reminds you of those things, right? Um, Kate, so where are you? This is cool.
But where am I? Good question. But I just funny how so often the things that make you feel alive, it's that combination of an activity and nature. So it's that I think when I was riding on a horse in the sea, cantering through waves, and I was skydiving once. I mean, that's over 30 years ago.
Oh my
And
God.
it was like, oh my God, I'm alive. And then when I landed, I thought, oh my God, I'm still alive, which is great. But it was, it's that sort of it's just so hard. It's just too exciting, isn't it? That feeling really alive. It's being slightly out of your depth sometimes. That whether it's artistically or having my paintings on an exhibition makes you feel quite alive just before people come into a gallery. But on a most of my things, yeah, it's wind on your back, sun on your face, dancing on a beach.
Oh,
I don't know, yeah,
yeah.
running around. I'm not a great runner, so yeah, I'm more likely to be on a bike or a horse or
Ah,
a boat. But it's that combination, isn't it, of physically moving and being somewhere rather special, or a
yeah.
sunset, and
Yeah. And
for me.
how do you show? Like, do you show us like are you just use color to do that, or do you just
Well, let me.
words or
Um, so I was just using some marks, and I started off with the blues. I kept on. I was thinking, oh, am I, literally flying? Not. I haven't ever hang glided, but that idea of sort of flying around sort of through the air and
yes.
looking down on things. So I was just playing with sort of maybe these are like thermals and things, these sort of lines that are moving and patterns of looking down on something, but equally they could be waves moving. It's movement and color.
Yeah. And it just has to do it for you. Like
Yeah,
um Eva saying I drew
for
myself
me.
dancing on the beach, right? Like that, that's it, right?
Yeah.
Carolyn says, I'm 70, have never painted with such abandonment. I have been a detailed landscape artist. Amazing, amazing. This is the source of you, like Carolyn, this is where all your new work comes from. Arnold, bird watching in the sky. Um, Amazing. Okay, when I see the changing colors of clouds, dusk and dawn. Okay, so just keep adding to this, you guys. Just keep going. And it's crazy. Like I'm doing this thing, like this is my favorite one right here. I don't know where I have no idea. I've just been like, just, I mean, we call it being in the channel. When you're in this space, this is a frequency, this is a channel, this is a place that you're not caring about what you're doing. You're not caring about what people think. There's no room to be wondering about whatever talent, my studio, all, whether I'm doing art or not, or this is just pure. And it's so fun and easy to do as you guys are seeing, right? Like you're doing it. This is it. Claire's saying to be in the channel, the groove all the time. The channel is, you find the channel by staying in a higher frequency, by choosing what it is, discerning and choosing what these things are that we're working with today. These are your codes, you guys. You all have different ones, right? That you have to be re-engaged with this stuff. You have to have this in your life. These are your conditions you need in order to become the best version of yourself, to make the amazing art. That art that you want, that down the road, like I want my art to feel this way. This is how you make it. This is how you get there. It's through this. Of course, it's through love. It's through personal, like, oh, it feels so good. I want for all of you to not be able to sleep. You're so damn excited about what you're making. That's where we're heading. That's how you make the most incredible art. That's how you sell art. That's how you do it for your friends. That's how you do it for yourself. That's how you keep doing it, right? It answers all of it. The procrastination, who would procrastinate? This is so cool. This is your work. This is like your journey, and only you get to do it. It's the most amazing thing. Um, yeah, swimming in
Can,
the moonlight in Hawaii. Yes.
can I say, and also you've got to paint like no one else can watch, because there's Stephanie and I with a camera on us, and if you've never met us, we might be worrying that you're judging us on how good we are and what. But look, we really are just having to go for it, and you have to give yourself permission to be an idiot and just jump in with both feet and not worry about the outcome. Just got
Yes.
to
Yeah.
really
So
play.
good, Kate. So good. I know. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
we
trying to
are.
forget that I'm on
We
the
feeling
camera right
vulnerable,
now.
Stephanie? Yeah.
Yes. I'm trying to
Not
forget
the
that
people that don't know us.
I'm
Yeah. 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 Deb saying happy tears. The tears come because when you touch something that's truthful for you, just a little bit, like, oh my God, there was a woman on the call last week and she was saying that drumming, like she's a musician, drumming for her is this place that she goes and her kids, they have learning challenges and they can't be around the drumming noise, and she broke down because she stopped doing this because she didn't want to disturb her kids, and she left a lot of herself behind, and she has to figure out a way, and she will, how to do this and give a place for her kids to concentrate, kind of thing. But it's like you cannot leave these things out. You cannot leave these out of your life. You have to be involved in it. You have to be thinking about it like we are, and you have to taste them. And one of the ways we involve ourselves in the feeling of them, we don't even have to be doing them. We have to be thinking and doing art and coming from the feeling place. You get to visit the place of jumping out of an airplane that Kate described in your art, if that's what you want to do. You get to choose what you find by it's what you see out in the world, is based on how you're feeling. That's what you're going to see. Okay. Um, okay. Beautiful. Yeah. And don't you guys, you get it? Like what Kate and Stephanie were saying. It's like, I don't want to hope no one judges my work. No one's judging, man. We're just all doing this together, not in a million years. All that's important is that you are in the feeling of the thing for you. Okay. All right. Makes sense?
Yes. I love that it takes you out of what you normally do every day too. Because like my piece before, I kind of felt like, yeah, that's kind of the way I usually do things. But
Yeah.
like this one is more of I feel like this is kind of a landscape, and I never ever do landscape things like
Yeah.
this. So like for me, it was wind and like driving through cornfields with the golden, everything's golden right now. And so
Yes.
yeah, so I'm like, yeah, this is different. I like this. This is something new for me. So
Yes, when you're working from lower down, from the feeling of the thing, now your intuition, your soul's voice you'll be able to hear it because you're not up here thinking, "Oh, I'm no good," or all the worries, and you're like that. This is very loud. Now you're coming from here, and now the wiser part of you, the part of you, your soul already knows where you need to go with your work. It knows that it wants you to do some landscape things. Knows the colors it wants you to feel and experience. It knows it wants you to move towards whatever it is that's bringing you alive. That's what your work's about, right?
yeah.
And what the feelings you have, and honoring that and stepping into that. You get to choose how you want to feel and the feelings you want to show in the work, but you have to be feeling them. Um, Yes, Sue saying painting has got me through chemotherapy. It ran sports me to a higher ground. Yeah, it is so healing, right? This is you becoming the best version of you, and that improvement and that progression. And all you need to do, like we're doing today, is getting a sense of it. It becomes more clear over time. To feel amazing, all you have to do is just be moving towards it a little bit. You don't have to be arriving at it, just a little bit, and your soul will be awesome. I feel amazing. Thank you finally for listening. Okay. Okay. So I'm trying to keep us moving along here. Keep going with this, right? Jot down on your compass, what are those things, right? So we've started here. We started today with, what's the word for your future art, just to kind of give you sort of a something up there. Like, what is that wild thing? Is it sublime? Is it colorful? What is it up there? Just intuitively, what would feel good? There's an answer. You can get it. You can just, it's like, it doesn't have to make any sense. And now we've spent on this direction answering this question. You've connected with the things that bring you alive more, whether they're like dancing on the beach, maybe they're swimming, maybe it's just stillness, maybe it's sparkling water. Like that's a huge one for me. That sparkle hour. I freaking love that time of day. And I always find myself, I'm always by water. I mean, just for me, that's a thing, you know? So get these down, write these down, okay? Now, yes, there will be a recording. Yes, this will be recorded. You're also in here, and I just want to touch on this for a second. As you're looking in here, notice the colors you love too, right? Because color is abstraction. Colors create feeling. So choose the colors that bring you alive. Put some of them in for you. As I'm talking now, I'm going to be explaining the next direction, but I want you to like change some colors, like add some colors that are like, chef's kiss, right? For you right now. Okay. Okay, good. Deborah's into it. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Um, right. Sam saying I need to work on not being so damn cerebral with my art. It's not wrong that we think when we're making art. It's just we can't do it if we're always thinking. There's a balance. And unfortunately, people don't go down here. They don't come from here. All this is the non-AI world, you guys. This is your superpower, all in here. The heart, the soul, intuition, all the good stuff for art is down here. And it's just art's not taught this way, right? Art's not taught like this. So this is how you figure you out and how you make, in a hurry, amazing art. Like this will move you along. You cannot believe why? Because you're only involving yourself in things that bring you alive and stuff that matters to you. You just let go of the things that are not that important. And that is part of the curation, right? What do I love doing? And in that question is do more of that, do more of the things. And how do you have time for doing that? Well, you kind of let go of things that don't fulfill you. You start discerning better, you start choosing better. Okay. Good. Julia's adding more colors. Amazing. Okay. All right. So, third direction and the most important direction, and this is going to be really great for us today, is true north. And the very first line on this, I want you to write your word down. That word of where you're going, that word, that direction of your where you sense that word, that if you could wave a magic wand, what would your work feel like? Put that word there. And I know you have art now that's involved with that direction. So you can look in there, you can write a couple words down. It's just like, what is that? Where is that place down there? It's what part of me, what is it going to feel like when I get there, when I'm standing in front of that work? How will it feel to me, right? How will it feel? So important. Then underneath, so that's your first word or two under true north, right? So for me, I've got this wild restraint. I'm writing that in here, wild restraint. That's important. Now I want you to add 3 to 5 uh, um, things that bring you alive. And like, what are those things? Running on the beach, swimming in the dark, right? What are those? um, we have to become aware of them. So I want you to write them here, right? Write them here. And you can include the colors that right now for you are massive yeses. They all go together. They're all in the same bucket, right? The question or the point of True North is how can I create more of what I love? Because what the True North direction is the sense of where you're going and you want to do more. Your art needs to be more of what you're feeling now. All these things you're discovering, we want to feel more of this. Your art is a unfolding, a blooming of you. Does that make sense? Oh, great. Angie, water, river floating, wind in my face, right? So those are so beautiful, so poetic. Evelyn, moonlight over water, right? Sparkling energy. These are great, you guys. Silence. So this smashed by a wave, edges of nature. I mean, I can picture people's art when I see these, right? You know, moon shining. Like if you when you're and so how this true north direction helps is if you can kind of like work on this and stay in it and look at it, you can actually make decisions about things in your work based on, do they align with this? Are they in or are they out, right? Okay, ancient urns, birds singing, vibrant flowers. Okay, we're gonna go again here. Okay, so we're diving, we're going quick. We're gonna do true north. Now, I want you to just make marks with the compilation of these words that are up on this true north. Just play around with this, right? Sparkling, you know, curiosity, stars at night. Just put it all in, man, all of it. Let's just go really quick. Let's have a third music session. We're just gonna dive in. And now don't hold back. Just really let it go, you guys. Let it rip, man. You warmed up on these first two. Let's go for it. Awesome. Just let her rip, you guys. Let her rip. The more free you can feel right now, what can happen? Just open up to it. Open up to those feelings. Beautiful. Yeah, great music, right? Susan says, I can't believe that I just did that. Watercolor pencils on a blank canvas. So the things that happen in this channel, just so you know, it is not related to normal art making. Things happen powerfully and quickly, and they're very potent because you're no longer making art from there's no reserve here, right? You're just coming, it's more connected to the deeper part of yourself. And so the work has resonance with you and with other people. It's more connecting. You make better work, it turns out. It's just nuts. It's how you do It's how you do amazing gallery shows. It's how you make giant paintings that move people. This is how you do it, believe it or not. It's much easier than people make it out to be. Um, Great. Cool. So just let me know in the chat, what are some of the things that you've got in there that are like you're holding on to? I think I was influenced by this star night thing, I just love the night sky, and someone posted that, and I'm just doing this big dark, like I love mystery, I love this. I love this journey thing we're doing. I find the pathway of this, becoming ourselves thing is my life's work, and I just find it endlessly exciting, to be on it with other people. It's like my own, but it's also just, I don't know, I just seeing everybody finding out who they are. I just find it the most incredible thing. It's so fun. Um, okay. Brightness, ocean, yes. Let me know in the chat, do you feel a little more energized doing this than you did before you came on the call? Do you just, can you connect to that? Do you feel that energy? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Great. Good. Good. Okay. That's what we want. Just remember this, please, because this is how you need to be this way, right? In order to do the work that is coming, that future work, you've got to be in this state. Um, okay, good. Yes, and we will send you guys the recording. So Jackie, so just experience it, right? Priscilla, how do I keep this up? Amazing, important question, right? How do I keep this up? You keep it up by staying involved in what brings you alive. What are the things? And you revisit, you review constantly how you want to feel, and what how you do that and how you show that. So when you have this art, right, little and often touching your art reminds you the art is actually the path forward. That's how you're doing it. You're holding a vision of kind of where you're going with this, the energy and how you want to feel, but it's teaching you and it's helping you stay connected to it. That's why artists, we have such a superpower. We have such an advantage over regular muggle type people because they're just walking around in the world and dark things are happening and people are complaining and there's hard things in the mortgage and all. They don't have a methodology for staying in a higher frequency. So it's like it gets hard. And I'm not saying your life's perfect. I know that. And there's hard patches and all the things, but it's like to do the art, we need the best version of you. Does that make sense? Yeah, great. Riding my scooter along the Mediterranean, looking up at the sky, being aware of where in the world I was, is a place I'd love to be in my head. Oh my God. And by the way, you guys, sharing with everybody, and we're getting so much great ideas here, but these are great things to share about your art in the world. I made this today, and I was just trying to channel the feeling of like wild abandon, and I didn't quite get it right, but this is getting there, and I'm excited. Like that's really, people want to know what's going on inside of you. What do you want? What do you want to feel? Okay, it's so good and so easy. This is the other thing, right? I'm not doing this, and we're just talking, and you're coming to it through your own way. That it's different for everybody. Um, all right. I'm just, oh my goodness, such a long, I've just been going so long. I'm so glad you're into this. We have some prizes we're going to be giving away. I hope you don't mind. I get so into this that I said this would be an hour. We're going to go over a little bit, but this is important. And I just want to make sure that you have some solid foothold in this idea of true north, right? That direction. Um, I love this quote by Ram Dass. Start from where you are, not where you wish you were. The work you are doing today becomes your path. This is the beginning. This is going to be a new chapter, a new beginning. You're opening the page to a new book. Can be a new chapter for everyone. You will not believe what happens if you continue down this journey. Okay, so thank you so much for that, Susie. I love that. Um, all right, so this true north isn't something, by the way, that's just like you stumble across it. It's something that's conjured. It's something that you've created. It's something that you have to think about, right? It's created, and it only comes closer through art, through actually putting the brushes down on the paper, the mark making while you're feeling it. Okay, you need to feel the thing and be expressing it for all the magic to happen, for the surprising things that have happened today. You have to be in motion. You can't sit on the sidelines with this one. And it's not hard. You can see how easy this is to do. Um, okay. It's basically like a remembering of how you want to feel. Okay. So I want to, um, Kathy says, my art today is a path flowing mysteriously into the clouds. Love these exercises in the poem. Painted some different marks today that I will use again and again. Yes, look at this. These are the marks. This is your future work. It's coming. It's so good. Hulin, this has been superb. An answer to an act of God, revealing the reason I thought I couldn't do art of the heart. This is available to everyone. And we are going to change the world by having everybody realize that they have a path for themselves and they can make amazing art, right? Okay, good. Tasha, you're loving this. So I want to share with you, we've got a few prizes. Let me go through this Spark thing and then we'll give out some of these prizes and we'll be having more time for questions. Feel free to keep doing this, keep making art while I go over this. I want to talk about this opportunity, Spark. It's our 3-day program that's starting in a few days. And it's taking this content, taking this new page, this little start, this little glimpse of what your north is, and solidifying it and doing it creating an entire playbook for it. So it's just double downing on it. So you become it and it becomes part of and clarifies, and you end up with this book and all this material that dictates where your art's going. You actually have this proof. You have this whole momentum that's created. So we're giving you 3 things with Spark. Basically, we're helping you become you, which is what we're doing today. This is the first day of Spark. This is what we're going to be using. We're helping you go deeper with intuition and value, design and color principles, and stepping into your authenticity. You feeling what it is for you, that's your authentic expression. That's it. Everyone's got it. And we're doing it together like we're doing today. It's just way better together. We have a community in Spark and we create these amazing Spark playbooks. And I'll show you what those look like. But let me just go over some of these slides here. And again, let me just hit this. Okay. All right. Okay. I have so many things to talk about. Okay. So this is 21 days. It starts this week on Thursday, October 18th, and goes till October 9th. Okay. This is important. This is how Spark's going to make you feel. As you feel today, you've tasted a little taste of it. If you feel more lighter in this last hour, this is what we're doing. This is the methodology. This is how we do it. And you're going to dial it in. But making your art feel more natural, more joyful. And it's just about establishing that daily creative practice that sticks. It sticks because it's so damn fun and you only need 10 or 15 minutes. You can create a practice for yourself. We have to rewrite those negative habits, those limiting beliefs, right? You're going to stop that feeling. Many of you wrote perfectionism, right? In the beginning of the call, I felt like an imposter. You will stop feeling that just like you did today. Those feelings aren't here right now. You're so in it. Your confidence comes back because you're going to start identifying as an artist. If you look at what you did today, if some of you are looking and saying, my God, this is different for me. I can't believe how easy this was. Oh my God, I'm surprised. I actually, the corner of this thing, I like it. That's what art making is. And you're an artist, and this is just going to keep happening. You see how easy that is to create, and that's what builds the confidence. It makes you feel happy because you're rediscovering the joy that you made art in the first place. Somebody said, you're connecting to your inner child. This is how you made art when you were 7. Many of us did this, right? We're just returning to that. You will feel your art, it will look more like yours, and you'll feel like it's more yours. And that really eliminates, like, I can't make art like Diana on the call or Linda Burke or Anila. Only you guys can make your version of you. I can make Nicholas Wilton. That's all I got. And everyone does different things. So it doesn't matter what other people do, right? I'm just me. I guess just make me. Um, so this is really, there's so many things that working in this way is so fast because you're reducing limiting beliefs, you're feeling better, and the work gets stronger. You'll stop feeling bad about mistakes, right? Because we show you how to reframe those, right? Every mistake allows you to figure out what you do want based on, like, oh, I don't like that. Now I know what I want. You'll stay inspired long after Spark ends, you guys. I'm hoping, even if you don't do Spark, I want today to be a new chapter for you. You've seen some things, you've tasted some things. This is how you do it. This is powerful. This works, okay? Energy. We talked about that a lot today on the call. You got to have more energy. You got to have more energy than all your muggle friends. They got to look at you and just go, how do you do it? I mean, you making art at 10 at night. How is that possible? I'm like watching TV and going to bed. You're like, I got so much damn energy. I can do this. I fucking love what I'm doing. I love this. I'm chasing something that matters to me. And in the process, I'm lighting myself up, and I've got extra energy for my friends, my family, all of it. This is life-changing, guys. And you're going to feel more love and connection, right? This is it. You guys, we're artists. We understand each other, and we do this together. And it's the best. And it's what Art to Life is. Our core value is love. And this is what we do. It's safe. It's so cool. It's available to everyone. We're inclusive. So I know that that's a giant part of what we're doing. Okay. All right. So really, here's let me just the overview. You get a full year of access. You have all these art practices inside the Spark. We have live weekly calls like this, right? And we have coaches, and we have there's a whole creative team involved in this. We have art tutorials, and we have this amazing community. And it's broken up into these modules, and I'm just gonna this is what it looks like inside Spark, right? So each week there's a different module, and like here's what people are joining in. They're in right now, and we haven't started yet. So each week modules get turned on. So this is what people are doing right now. There's information and teachings around how to play and how to set up acrylic paint and mark making tools. I go over all this palette stuff, gathering the materials. That's what we're doing this week. So when you come in, that's how you do it. This is one of the exercises that on week in the welcome week, where if you're getting your Spark playbook and index going. We use this Spark book. So this this book, this right here, this becomes this compass is the first page in your Spark book. So this is another Spark book from a previous years, but you can see here like it's a whole thing. This is the beginning. This is what you're using. The whole book is going to becomes about where you're going with this work, right? It's so cool to have this sense of what you're doing, where you're going, and the exercises support it. We have a whole thing on indexing, limiting beliefs. We're basically creating, it's almost like a table of contents for your book that I show you how to do that. But what we have during this program is we have free pages, right, where you can do whatever you want. And then we have pages where we're doing certain exercises. Let me pull this further back. One of the things we do is this cut paper exercise, and this is like doing a similar shape. This exercise where we're just all doing triangles everywhere. And it's really cool. Everything's designed to kind of, this is the cut paper one, to free you up. One of the cool things we do in Spark is we spend one of the assignments is we do all this, we create all these collage papers. So you have tons of paper to glue in of the colors you love. So all these are my favorite colors, but I made all these papers and we tear them up and bring them in there. So there's all kinds of things we do each week, and it's all designed to just move you forward. Okay. Oh, I didn't want to share. Okay. Oh, I thought I was, you gotta help me, man. Okay. Let me get my presentation up again. Okay. All right. So anyway, I'm just kind of touching on these things. Each week, there's so many things we do. This whole thing, one of the principles that we cover design, value, and color. And these are the most important to get your art going. And so there's a lot of stuff on value and contrast. If you're not familiar with this is giant. These are the really important things that when you take your art and you discover something that you love about, how do you make it feel more finished? How do you make it feel more powerful? You have to use contrasts, right? You have to use differences. These principles of design, value, and color are principles of differences. Remember at the top of this hour, I talked about how differences bring you alive. Well, we need to understand them in our art, in value and color and design. Anyway, so this is some of the things we touch upon, and you just make this incredible playbook that you're going to be using. We have a community that you'll be involved just like this, where people are sharing what they're doing. They're in there now. And this is what the enrollment includes. You get all these 6 to 8 weekly video lessons, 4 Spark live calls with the Art to Life creative team, art making exercises, year-long access to Spark community on Circle, because people just stay in it, and you get this bonus, failing forward in your art making. This is a 2-hour video where I'm just doing this really long pages in my book, and I'm just talking. So it's really cool, like everything I'm changing it, working it, and you'll see it's a combination of intellect and intuition. And then this is a special bonus. This is going to be available for anybody, and I think I'm correct in saying this, that it's only for people who enroll today up until 11:59 p.m. tonight. That's correct, right? Yeah. So this is just really cool. We just made this. These are the 5 things that people really ask us all the time about. So we created this bonus. Okay, so here's the payment plan, as well as the full price. It's $495, and we have $185 a month for 3 months, and you can look at the payment, the whole information page at artlifespark.com. They put it in the chat there. And of course, we have a 7-day money back guarantee. So you guys, here's some folks, it's cracking me wide open. It's what you're experiencing today, a little bit, right? You tasted it a little. This is diving into this world. It's a gateway to a near total transformation of my art. This is why Art to Life has become the #1 art training platform community in the world. It's because of this little thing that we did today. And I just pray that you took notes and you watch the replay. And even if you don't come into Spark, I want you to use this. I want you to stay in this and move yourself forward. Spark will teach you and hold your hand and we'll walk through it together, and it's fast and it's really powerful. It's given me confidence and motivation, right? The lid to my creative life has blown right off. It's so cool. And it's so fun at the end to see everyone's books. They're so totally different. What I discovered was far exceeded what I thought was possible for my art. Spark gave me a new gave me a new way to approach my work. Totally. You guys are experiencing that today a little bit, right? There's new things. Um, okay, so um, anyway, that's the program. And I want to answer questions about the program. Happy to answer any questions or anything that's going on if you're still here. Before we do that, we're going to give away one of the prizes. We'll give away we have 2 paints, and then we'll save our bigger prize for the very end. Brianna, you want to share a cool comment, and then we'll give a couple of these bottles of Art to Life paint away.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Our first prize goes to Sue. Sue mentioned earlier in the chat that painting has gotten her through her chemotherapy. It transports her to a higher ground. And I just wanted to give her some paint to continue that journey. So, Sue, please email us at info@arttolife.com. What color are we giving out?
Well, this one we're giving out the Moroccan Aqua, I believe, and this is I think this is 16 ounce or 8 ounces. Oh, it's 8 ounces. But you guys, so this is an example. This is one of my favorite colors that I found when I was in Morocco, and I made it, and I use it all the time. So we have colors of the same thing. One of those directions on that compass that we touched upon but didn't spend a lot of time on are colors, right? Anyway, so this is one of my favorite colors. So we'll be sending this to her, and then we have another bottle of this. Who in the comments? They have to be here to get it, obviously. So who's here, and who are we going to give this to?
Yeah, the next prize goes to Gail Levingood. Gail said, unbelievable. I started painting on a journal page with these sayings on them. This one had, today I'm letting go of all negative feelings about me. Blame be gone. Unworthiness be gone. Doubt be gone. Guilt be gone.
Oh,
So good.
so good. So
Yeah.
good.
Email us at info@arttolife.com and we'll get that paint out to you.
Yeah, and there's a question here. Yes, you have access for a full year. Everything's recorded. And for you guys, this is important because last week we went over these directions. We touched upon it today. You've gotten the nuggets, but there you can go back. It's all included when you come into Spark. All of Art Spark, which is what we did today, but a little more drawn out. It's all recorded, and so you have that as well. And I would encourage you to go and do a couple of the other directions. It's just kind of cool. That's all there, as well as this call will be there as well, and included with all the moving forward stuff that we're doing in all the modules.
Nick, we got a couple questions while you were kind of going through those slides. Do you want me to read
Yes,
them?
please.
So someone said, I need help moving from the play state to the finished painting state. Would Spark be the right course for me or CVP?
Yes. So the hard part for people is to stay in the mode that we're spending today, where we're learning to be more intuitive and we're just trusting the feeling a little bit. That is, and staying in that play zone, right? I call it a play zone, call it a channel. But what happens for us is, and it probably happened to you guys today. One of these, this for me, it was this one of these, or a part of one of these, you'll see something that you really love. Okay. And what happens then is like, oh, I kind of want to make a piece of art. I want to finish this thing. Like but now I'm scared because it's so good, this part. Well, this is where now we go back to our intellect. Now we go back to principles of differences. How do I make this red? If I love this red, how do I do even more of that? How do I make that red feel even more? Well, maybe I'll use like a darker, dirty color around it. That's an intellect, that's a principle. So the 3 most powerful principles by far like the most important ones you have to learn again and again, and it takes some time, is value the lightness and darkness of everything, contrast. The biggest way to show a difference is show dark and light, right? We know that in the world, that there's dark forces in the world, right? There's dark things. And what's so incredible is light, right? Dark and light. Those are primary. Those are essential. You have to learn that. Then you have to learn design, the arrangement of shapes on your picture. How do you make things look, lay them out so they look even better? Differences. You put small things next to really large things. You put things that are, organic next to things that are really perfect, right? Being loose and making messy marks next to really tight and controlled things. Design, proportions. Oh my God. So we touch on these to get you so you can take this sort of play work and then elevate it. Okay. Color, same thing. Understanding the most important aspect of color is the lightness and darkness of it. Okay. So this is just a deep dive. It's, we're not trying to like create a book of finished art, but we're trying to give you like make this book. So when you go through this book, when you look at this book, like when I turn these pages and you come to these pages, there's stuff here that I'm so excited about. I'm sharing this with you because this is where I did some collage for the first time. You can see here, and all the work that I just did for my show. This is where I started playing around with it, gluing this paper in and stuff. And then the dry pigments. This became the new work that I just made for the show. This is where all that came from. So now this might not be a finished picture here, but there's stuff in here like these colors that I just friggin' love. And so that's what the tool is. That's what these books provide you. You just go from page to page to page to page, and it's just really, really inspiring to kind of see it, to see it and be reminded. So if I'm looking here and then I go here and then I go here and I'm seeing these things, it gets me excited. And then I go to a blank page, a place that I haven't worked on yet. This was really cool. This was a really neat one, this spread. Yeah, anyway, it's just, I mean, this is how you do it. You have this in your studio and then you can do larger work. You can do other work. You're riffing off it, but this is your happy place. This is your free place. I found this is interesting. This was a guy who, he died, and my friend lived next to this old man, and it says the Minnesota Twins. He had all these notes. These are all the baseball games he watched, and these are all the baseball players. And this guy had like 12 outs and six, perfect pitches, and there were pages of this guy's lifetime. And so I got a bunch of them. This is the guy's writing, and I ended up using them. But isn't that beautiful? Look at those. Those are all like, 5 marks, 1976. Isn't that crazy? But anyway, I just love that. Um, how do we, you know, this is where it happens, right? It's gonna happen in a place where you're free and you're not inhibited, and you just build it's the reps of being you, and you practice and you're in your playbook, and that's the whole idea. Um, yeah. Wade saying the sketchbook is more valuable than you think. It gives you the availability of going back into the pages. Yeah, it's like, I want you to review this. Like, pin these little things you did up today on your wall so you keep seeing them. Write those words down. You want to visit those words. You want to review them. Like, what is the word? Wild abandonment. If you're holding that feeling and touching it, things will cross your path. The serendipity of all of this is what you think about is what you're going to find. You'll get more of it. You just have to hold it, and you're going to get more of it. So that's the magic here, which is the wonder of this, really, of like some of the things that happened for you today. I know I'm not even looking at your books, but I can tell from the comments that things happen and it's just surprising. It's just like, oh my God, I can't believe I just used these colors. Like this feels so much like my grandmother's house. I haven't thought about that for 50 years, you know. Um, iPhone, she's saying, I really love what I've created based on dancing in nature, greens and yellows. Is there any way I can share it? Well, in Spark, you absolutely can. That's what we have for the community. If you come into Spark, you can share that. You can say where you're from. Everyone's introducing themselves, okay? Um, oh
Can
my
I
God, Jano's saying your dad was my next door neighbor in Mill Valley. I have two of his paintings. Oh my God, that's incredible. Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah, I think of my dad like every day. It's incredible. Um,
Lynn asked if she's a watercolorist, and she said it seems like acrylic paint is the main focus. Is that correct? Or she wants to know if this would apply to
yeah.
her.
Yeah, we have people do this just with collage, just with watercolor paper. We had someone do it just with graphite. It's whatever lights you up, right? That's the whole idea. You choose what you want to use. You can use whatever. The reason we use acrylic and we teach with it a lot is because you can cover it up. You can paint it white, you can cover it up. So even if you're doing watercolor, it's handy to have some white acrylic so you can paint over and then put watercolor over it. But you can use any materials. All that matters is that it's interesting to you, that it's exciting to you, that you love it. Anything, like you can modify these exercises. We're giving you these art practices. And each year, we have a lot of people that do this. We have a big alumni. They do it every year. Once you've done it once, you get a massive discount for the second time and the third time. So we have a lot of alumni who come back, which is so awesome. And then they come back and they're like, I want to focus more on the color. I'm going to really do the cut paper thing. And they do 3 pages of that, so it's really, we're just giving you all these prompts and we're moving through it together. And there's just a lot of accountability and momentum that's like, you're going to take 3 weeks and get your foothold on this. You're going to have a book, not only just a sense of where you're going, a book, a playbook about where you're going. This is powerful and it's so cool. And you're going to do it every year. I want you to come back every year. Do it this year. We do it every year, and I do it every year. It's the best thing. It's so cool. Um, yeah, Carrie's saying once you've done it, you want to do it again and again. It's really true. It's just so fun. And why wouldn't you? Because it's all the things you love doing, It's like so good. Oh my God. You guys, I've taken you guys way longer than I promised. I apologize. I just get so into this. And I just, I'm just like review the notes. I really hope you join us this year in Spark. Before we go, we are giving a third thing away. We have a trowel. You saw me using these trowels. By the way, there's some amazing tools out there, but this trowel is one of them. And so we want to give this to someone on the call. So Brianna.
Yes, I'm going to give the trowel to Carol Anna McBride. Carol said, I've been totally stuck for a month or so. Today, I came alive again, and I just took photos of some really tiny paintings that I did on this call, and I love them. Thanks,
Ah.
Nick. My heart has sparked again.
Oh my God, that's so good. I did a mentorship program many years ago, and people come and they're pretty seasoned artists, and it was a pretty expensive thing. It was for a year, and I chose 10 people, and they came for all kinds of reasons. Most of them wanted to sell more work or work really big or get a huge studio, and they had these big goals. And we would do this work individually, and I'll never forget this woman. We did this work together, and the thing that she wanted more than anything out of this mentorship program for the full whole year is she wrote on her board, she wrote proof. I just want to make one thing that I love to prove to me once and for all that this is available for me, because I've never really done stuff that I like. I just keep trying and I'm trying. So the fact that last caller, it touched something that's like you like what you made. that is it. You have won the lottery of art making, because that's no different than Picasso. If it interests you, if you're making some headway and you feel hopeful and it's kind of cool and fun, oh my God, that's it. You won. You are going to keep getting better and better. And that's what I love about this. We're just walking together for a little bit, and wow, man, you just start teaching yourself and you're off to the races. So congratulations on making something today that touched you or part of you liked. It's massive. It can change everything. Fiona saying, I'm jumping around my son. He is laughing so much, it's filling me with love and joy. Today I got out of my head and created. Thank you. Absolutely. Is so good. I mean, the head's okay, but it's not where it comes from, you guys. All right. So Crystal's put in it's if you go to artlifespark.com. I'm not sure if there's any pressing questions here. I think we've explained it pretty well. Is there anything, Brianna, that I've missed?
The only other questions we were kind of getting was around, is this live or recorded? How long the videos are, kind of some of the more technical questions.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we do have an FAQ on that artlifespark.com page, but the calls are kind of like this. They're an hour and 20 minutes live. It's meant to be inspiring and to process things, and we're doing it together, right? So those calls, and then the video lessons, those modules, the way they work is it's probably, I'll be teaching you something, 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And then right after that video lesson is an art practice. And you can spend an hour, half an hour, 4 hours. You can do 3 of them. But what I love you to do is watch that lesson, and then to learn the idea. I want you to do the actual art practice right afterwards. Don't go on and watch more video lessons. Just do it. So there's 2 or 3 things to do each week. And that will ingrain it. It's just like today. You've learned a lot today. I hope you have an inkling of where you're going. You can see how much progress you make when you go from the heart, go from inside yourself, and you really asking yourself questions while making art. It's how you get unlocked. It's how you do this. It's how you become you. This is the process of doing it. Okay. Awesome, Joyce. Amazing. Okay. No, when is the deadline to sign up, Brianna? Isn't it?
Deadline is the 17th, September 17th at 11:59 p.m. PT. But if you do want that bonus that Nick was talking about earlier, the 5 studio secrets video,
Yeah.
that deadline would be tonight, Monday, September 15th at 11:59 p.m. PT.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I want everyone here, because I know what's going to happen, especially for those of you who haven't done anything with us before. We have a lot of years ahead. You're going to come in and you're going to become part of this community. And we've got CVP coming. There's so much on this journey that we do together. And so I'm just unabashedly join us. You won't be sorry. Plus, you have 7 days to check it out. If it's not the right timing or whatever, full refund. We always do that with all our programs. There's always some people that something happens or whatever, but we want to make sure that this doesn't feel like, oh my God, I'm stuck and this wasn't right for me. If this landed for you, if you can understand a little bit of what I'm saying, getting your head around it, you're going to love it. Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks for that, Brianna. The pre-recorded videos are released each Monday and Thursday mornings. So we pace you through it. So we just give you just enough. And then we say, now this week starts and we're going to give you this. And all you got to do, it's like a piece of theater. You just come in and we'll walk you through it. This 3 weeks is an investment in your future art. It's 21 days to really get this. So I hope to see you in Spark, you guys. We're starting on Thursday. We have the welcome call. We have a lot of people in there already. We have a ton of alumni, and it's going to be an amazing year. So thank you so much for coming and your curiosity. And I love that so many of you, I've never met you, and I love that we're going to be connected now. So thank you. All right, everyone. I will see you real soon. Be you inspired.